the January 5th, 2021 regular Joliet City Council meeting. The Mayor Robert Bodeker presiding. We will be led by Father Chris Stroh from St. Mary Magdalene Church in the invocation, after which he will lead us in the pledge of allegiance.
Let us pray. O God, our Creator, we are grateful for the countless favors you bestow and give thanks for your many abundant blessings. God of wisdom and justice, may your enlightenment be with all who are elected to serve in public office. Guide and support our mayor, the members of our city council, our interim city manager, as well as members of the city staff. Give them the strength to know your will so that all they do may be done with a desire to please you. God of comfort and healing, hear our prayers for everyone in need, especially for the sick, for healthcare workers, for first responders, for researchers, and for scientists. Grant them strength to meet everyday challenges. As we stand on the threshold of a new year, bring your peace to the world surrounded by uncertainty and fear. Give our society the ability to work together to overcome misunderstanding and all that separates us. May we be willing to reach out with a commitment to care for the well-being of all people, particularly our neighbors and those most vulnerable to the COVID-19 virus. We pray to you, our eternal and merciful Lord and God, now and forever. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Father.
Thanks, Father Chris.
We'll begin with roll call. Mayor Odekirk.
Here.
Councilwoman Gavin. Here. Councilman Hock.
Here.
Councilman Lande.
Here.
Councilman Morris.
Here.
Councilman Mudrin.
Here.
Councilwoman Quillman.
Here.
Councilwoman Reardon. Here. Councilman Turk.
Here.
Next is approval of the agenda. Is there a motion to approve the agenda as written with the following change? Vote separately on Council Memo 2-21, which is the settlement with Martin J. Shanahan Jr. in the amount of $200,000.
So moved.
Been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilwoman Gavin. Councilman Hock.
Aye.
Councilman Lande.
Aye.
Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin.
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman.
Quick question. At 30-21 for the raffle, okay, is that gonna be part of the, bids and contracts, or can we take that out and vote on that separate?
You can take it out and vote on it separately.
I would appreciate if we could do that.
So do we want to amend the,
If we would amend that,
what was
please.
the number? I'm sorry.
31-21?
So we're going to amend the motion to approve the agenda as written with the following change. Vote separately on Council Memos 2-21 and 31-21. I'll start the voting over.
Sorry, I couldn't find it fast enough.
Councilwoman Gavin. Aye. Councilman Hock.
Aye.
Councilman Lande.
Aye.
Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin.
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman.
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon.
Aye.
Councilman Turk.
Aye.
Motion carried. Next is citizens to be heard on agenda items. No one registered to be called to speak. We received no emails. I just want to give a moment. We do have a few people here just to verify no one would like to speak.
Okay. Happy New Year. How's everyone doing?
Happy New Year.
I want to take a minute to come up here to talk about a few things on the agenda items tonight. And the first thing is I would like to talk about is the Basingers situation. Mayor, as you know, a few years ago, I brought a gentleman here to the city of Joliet to buy a property next door to Baker Square. This gentleman came in and he was willing to invest him and his corporation probably anywhere between $3 to $5 million. His council turned him down. Since then, Basingers has played a game and not done anything with that property. Councilman Turk, I thank you for stepping up and holding Basingers to the fire, because I believe what happened is that the city lost a great opportunity with a gentleman from out of town and his corporation to open up a business over there. Currently, right now, he took his dollars elsewhere. He took his dollars to Homewood, and he's actually building a $5 million facility in the city of Glenwood as we currently speak, from the ground up. And he's also doing some great things in the community, which he and the mayor are doing. He's taking the money, some of the profits that he's making, and putting them back into the community. So I think we really missed the opportunity. I think Basingers need to be held to the fire. We missed an opportunity to bring in a great partner, and shame on us for that happening. Shame on us as a city. The other thing I want to bring up is I know the council has tonight is voting on the Marty Shanahan settlement. Well, I've received many calls throughout the last few weeks concerning everything that's going on down here. And, I don't get it. So, here's my thing. You really need to listen to your constituents. You need to listen to the people who voted you in. If you set a precedent of settling lawsuits, let's not do it just because this feels right or feel like someone's been done personal. We have a lot of other lawsuits out there right now that's pending, and it's costing the city money. I looked at some things today where a couple outside law firms been paid $56,000, billing the city for $75,000. We can't sit up here and say, well, this is going to save the city a lot of money, which I think the number is inflated pretty much. But if we're going to do that, then let's settle all the lawsuits. Everyone who feel like they've been wrong, every family who feel like they've been wrong, let's settle those too. Let's save the city a ton of money. Let's take them all to the table. Let's get a commission together, however you want to do it. Let's settle all the lawsuits. And then whatever they're asking for, let's give them $75,000 over that. City manager, it's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. So if we're going to set a precedent, let's do it for everyone. For every situation that has occurred, let's set a precedent in 21 of settling everything and giving them above and beyond what they asked for. As I said, last time I was here, I wasn't going to be back to this year, but I'm back and you'll see a lot of me this year. Thank you for your time.
I'm sorry, I was a little late. Is it all right if I speak on this agenda? Okay, so I'm down here many times before y'all, mayor, council. I've also received many calls about Marty Shanahan, and what I'm gauging from the community is it is the right thing to do. He was fired for no apparent reason other than trying to hold somebody accountable. That was a grave misjustice. You are doing the right thing by correcting what has been done. That man was fired for nothing more than what the citizens wanted, and that was holding people accountable. Nothing more, nothing less. They didn't have this big fantastic list about him failing to do his job. Nothing more than the chief of police throwing a tantrum because he felt like his job was in jeopardy, and he ran over here to the city council seeking refuge because he knew he was next. Do the right thing, settle the case, and save the taxpayers' money. Thank you.
Is there anyone else that would like to speak under citizens to be heard on agenda items? Being none, we'll move on to appointments. Tonight, the mayor is recommending Quinn Adamowski be appointed to the Board of Fire and Police Commissioners. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Hock,
Aye.
Councilman Lande,
Aye.
Councilman Morris,
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin,
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman. Aye. Councilwoman Reardon,
Aye.
Councilman Turk,
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin. Motion carried. Next is council committee reports, Public Service Committee report.
Public Service met here at City Hall in the council chambers yesterday, the 4th of January, 2021, at 4:30 in the afternoon. In attendance were committee members, Councilman Morris, Councilwoman Gavin, and myself, as well as department heads, Jim Trisna from Public Works and Allison Swisher from Public Utilities, and Greg Ruddy, Chief Engineer from Public Works. Give me 1 second here to bring it up. There we go. It appeared what would be a lengthy agenda, but it really was pretty traditional. We did a number of items that have to do with the water main replacement project. We started a new program several years ago of replacing the water, at least 1% of the water system every year. It was brought up at the meeting last night that now that it would appear that we're going in some way, shape, or form to Lake Michigan water, that the requirements by the EPA and the compact is that you need to get down below 10% on lost water or water that leaks, out in the field. So we're upping that to 3.2% of the water system being replaced every year. So we'll be cutting the number of years by over a third to where we'll be able to get the entire system over the next 20 or 30 years completely revamped, which it needed because it had been neglected for so long. So there was a number of items specifically to do with the water main replacement program. Then we looked at some change orders, pay estimates, and final payments. Again, pretty routine. It's all on the agenda tonight. And nothing else really jumps out. We went through the entire agenda, all the contracts that are listed there for the water, and all the pay estimates and change orders. We vetted them, found them all to be in good order, and they all are now on today's agenda for the full council with a unanimous committee approval, recommending that we all approve them all. Terry, Bettye, did I forget anything that you wanted to point out?
Councilman, I just wanted to point out one thing, and I wanted to thank the staff, because the contracts that we were approving on yesterday, the bids came in a lot lower than we had anticipated. So I think that is the work of staff and everybody working together that we were able to get those good prices going through. So thanks, everybody.
Absolutely, yeah. There was the hungry hippo, I think, out there during the bidding process from the different contractors. They were hungry for some work. So you're correct, Councilwoman, and staff really does a good job on their estimates and doing whatever they can, like you say, to get us the best deal that we can. Terry, is there anything you wanted to add?
No, sir.
Mayor, that would be the report for the Public Service Committee. Thank you.
I show no other reports. Under consent agenda, approval of the minutes. It's recommended the minutes of the special council meeting held on December 7th, 2020 stand approved as recorded. Council Memo 1-21, position vacancies. It's recommended the city manager be authorized to fill one firefighter paramedic position and any subsequent vacancies which may occur. Is there a motion to approve these consent agenda items?
So moved.
Second.
Been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Lande,
Yes.
Councilman Morris,
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin,
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman. Aye. Councilwoman Reardon,
Aye.
Councilman Turk,
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin,
Aye.
Councilman Hock.
Aye.
Motion carried. Next is Council Memo 2-21, settlement with Martin J. Shanahan Jr. in the amount of $200,000.
So move.
Second.
Been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Morris,
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin,
I feel his file's been well documented at the issues on why he was let go, and I vote no.
Councilwoman Quillman,
Well, we've kicked this around for a couple of months now, and we could have settled back in November at a much lesser amount of $124,000. But as luck would have it, there were 5 people on this council that voted no against it and cost the taxpayers money. So when they resettled, it came up to $200,000. And if the longer we go, the more it's gonna cost taxpayers. So I feel he was wronged by the previous interim city manager, and I'm gonna have to vote aye.
Councilwoman Reardon,
I'd like to start by saying that in the closed session on December 14th, I did vote in favor of settling this. I knew I agreed with what Steve Jones had brought forth for reasons of termination back in May, but with time, your memory fades. On the 15th, however, we didn't have this on the 14th. I was supplied with this 6-page report stating the reasons for termination that Mr. Jones had completed. It made me think that if I had an employee that I had terminated for that number of reasons, and they were trying to sue me for wrongful termination, I would fight them in court. And that, combined with what the gentleman earlier stated and the various residents through emails, calls, texts, in clear opposition of us settling, I vote no.
Councilman Turk,
You know, I think this sets a precedent for future people who are terminated. I voted no on the original settlement agreement of $120-some thousand because I wanted it to cost the taxpayers zero. Therefore, I will be consistent and vote no on this one.
Councilwoman Gavin,
I vote no.
Councilman Hug,
Mayor, I would ask that I can reserve my comments till after the vote, because I'm not sure how this vote will go, and if the lawsuit continues, there's certain things we should or shouldn't be saying. So if it doesn't settle, then I won't have any comments. If it does, if you don't mind, I'd like to make my comments. Sure. I vote aye.
Councilman Lande.
Well, I don't have the whole backstory, but, and in closed session, it was discussed that it's pay me now or pay me later. And from a business point of view, I know what our loss is gonna be now. I don't know what our loss is gonna be 2 years from now, after depositions and councilmen depose and employees depose and Jones coming back and depose and the chief being deposed, and I'm being told by legal in closed session, this could go on for 2 years. And in 2 years, you'll spend way more than $200,000, and there's no chance, he might win on 1 count, 2 counts, 3 counts. It could cost you $500,000. So I look at it purely from a business point of view. I don't know all of the ins and outs because I wasn't here, but as a businessman, you know, rip the Band-Aid off, get the pebble out of your shoe, and move on. And I vote yes.
Mayor Odekirk.
I also will vote aye, and, just a brief comment. I agree with what Mr. Lande just said, but also a quick history lesson that this is, I know I warned the council about the pitfalls of employing an individual who is not a City of Joliet employee and putting him in the position of city manager. This individual is not beholden to us as a council. We weren't his employers or the people of Joliet. He was beholden to a third party. And, this is the danger, and we're seeing one of the results of it. So I don't know if anyone is happy about what happened in this situation back when the termination happened or in having to deal with this lawsuit. As Councilwoman Quillman said, this is the second time we voted on it. Twice in private, it passed through the council, and then people flip their votes when they get out in front of the cameras. So, and the price is going up. You're right, Jan. This cost, and I won't call the council person out who flipped his vote last time, but it's cost the city about $75,000. So Herb, you're right. It's time to put this to an end. And that's all I have to say. Larry?
I would say, what I want to say now that it's safe to say this, is that some people are leaning on this list from Mr. Jones of reasons for termination. Of course, I've gone through the list as we all have. There's a number of them that are, to be polite, inaccurate, to be impolite, untruth. I will grab two that I had personal interaction with Mr. Jones on. Number one, I think I was the only one, or maybe one other person voted against, I can't remember, voted against the naming rights agreement because it was not divulged to us. So let's be on the record with that. The day before we voted, on that Monday for the pre-council meeting, Mr. Jones grabbed me as I came in City Hall downstairs, pulled me in and said, I just want to make sure, it seems like everybody's on board, want to make sure you're on board for the naming rights. I said, sure, I'm sure I'll be fine with it, let me see it. He told me you can't see it. I said, well, then I can't vote on it, Steve. And he said, oh, trust me, it's a good deal. How do you list that as a reason to fire somebody when you sat there and told me it was a tremendous deal? Of course, I told him, well, not that I don't trust your opinion, but if I don't see it, I won't vote on it and vote yes on it, and I didn't. But that accusation doesn't even pass the smell test of logic. Then another item that was brought in there is him trying to disparage Mr. Shanahan about saying that approving the Thorntons drink at the pump liquor license would be a legally problematic thing and a precedent in the future that would lead to lawsuits. And that's another reason that Mr. Shanahan was wrong about that. Well, then I was wrong too, because I voted against that for that very same reason. And Mayor, anybody in the council, don't we have a lawsuit or two in the offing?
Yes.
Based on, so was Marty correct?
Yes.
Okay. That's 2 of the 13 items in there. I'm not going to belabor the point and go through all 13. There's another 5 or 6 items that are completely bogus. So people have to stop dragging this poor man and his family through the mud. And Mr. Jones owes him an apology. And I applaud the other 4 members of the council that voted along with me. We can put it in the rearview mirror and move on now. It is the best thing for the city. Unfortunately, it cost us nearly $70,000 more than it should have, but let's move on.
I will say this, if I may.
Yes.
I did not get one phone call or one email saying not to give this money to Mr. Shanahan. He's been on the front page of the newspaper, I think, more than Trump has lately. And to do this to this man and his family, enough is enough. Let's please move forward.
Mayor.
So I did listen to my constituents. They said, give the man what he deserves.
Mayor.
Yes, Herb. Go ahead. Oh, go ahead.
I would just ask any of us, some of us, that got, there's several that have said they got emails saying settle, right? And there's other members of the council that are saying, oh, I've received emails from fellow citizens saying, can we exchange these emails and we all look at them? Can we see all these emails? Can we get that set up?
Don't count on it.
I'm just putting it out there.
Anything else?
Motion was carried 5-4. Under licenses and permit applications, Council Memo 4-21, issuance of a Class C liquor license at 5951 Theodore Street. Lenny's Joliet Liquors LLC, it's recommended Lenny's Joliet Liquors be issued a Class C liquor license.
So moved.
Second?
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Mudrin.
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman.
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon.
Aye.
Councilman Turk.
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin.
Aye.
Councilman Hock.
Aye.
Councilman Lande.
Aye.
Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Motion carried. Next is Council Memo 5-21, issuance of a Class B liquor license at 81 West Jefferson Street, Celine's Pizza. It's recommended Celine's Pizza be issued a Class B liquor license.
Question?
Yes.
I just wanted to clarify, of course, it's the same owner of the liquor store who already has the Class A license.
Yes.
This is simply for on-premises sale and consumption, correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Oh, specifically for the pizza place.
Yes.
They can't walk over to the liquor store and stand around and drink.
No, it's not a gas station.
Okay, thank you.
Is there a motion to approve?
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilwoman Quillman.
I was gonna ask a quick question. They will be remodeling the outside of, for the pizza, it's a pizza restaurant or just carry out? Do we know that?
Jim?
I don't have the answer to that. I don't know. I can find out, but
Could,
If it's carry out, how can there be consumption just on the premises?
that's all right.
that's true, so but
Councilwoman, in the proposal yesterday, just as a reminder, it's always gonna be on premises eating the pizza, because there's also a proposal to have an outdoor garden for eating in there for the pizza restaurant.
I just wanna know if they're gonna remodel the facade.
That I don't know, but I just
That was
wanted-
my question. I didn't get to ask it last night, but, because that corner needs to be cleaned up a little bit. I would ask for a table, just to make sure until we can see what's going on. I mean, I don't see anything pressing with the liquor license.
Second.
Mayor,
Yes.
because of COVID times, staff members are in their offices and monitoring the meetings. So I'm sure that Mr. Conley or somebody will be up momentarily. So maybe we could just skip this item and come back to it later.
That's fine.
Okay, as long as they're here, fine.
Nope, Derek's here.
Derek.
Step up, Derek.
How about that?
Sorry about that. It was a little hard to hear back there. What was the question?
I wanted to know if they'll be fixing up the facade. Obviously, it's not a carryout. I stand corrected on that, but, it's good. They're asking for consumption only for the premises, for a pizza parlor, I would guess. So I wanted to know if they were gonna be remodeling the facade out in front.
We have had some conversations about that with them. They wanted to get the liquor license passed through to know that council was gonna be on board with that portion, before they started going into that much detail. I did bring up the facade to them and tell them that that is something that the city, would look at as a benefit. I do think that they are planning on also taking up some of the parking lot to have an outdoor seating area, and then putting some decorative flowers out there and some, I'll call it landscaping, just to make it look nice and beautiful right across from the new courthouse.
Okay, that was my concern. All right, thank you. I will vote aye.
Okay, there was a motion and seconded to
Oh.
table. Did you want to withdraw the tabling motion?
I will withdraw the table motion.
Okay.
How
so-
about Councilman Turk? He just
Fine.
seconded it.
Fine.
Okay.
Okay, so the tabling is withdrawn, so there was a motion and second to approve Council Memo 5-21, which is an issuance of a Class B liquor license at 81 West Jefferson Street. Councilwoman Quillman,
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon,
Aye.
Councilman Turk,
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin,
Aye.
Councilman Hock,
Aye?
Councilman Lande, Councilman Morris,
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin.
Aye.
Motion carried. Next is Council Memo 6-21, transfer of a Class C liquor license at 1560 Illinois Route 59, M&M Liquors. It's recommended M&M Liquors, doing business as United Liquors, be issued a Class C liquor license.
So moved.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilwoman Reardon,
Aye.
Councilman Turk,
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin,
Aye.
Councilman Hock,
Aye?
Councilman Lande,
Aye.
Councilman Morris,
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin,
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman.
Aye.
Motion carried. There are no public hearings this evening. Under ordinances is Council Memo 8-21, which is an ordinance declaring certain properties as public nuisances. It's recommended said ordinance be adopted.
So moved.
Mayor,
Yes.
just to provide some additional information to the comments that were made last night. As you know, the petitioner's attorney has mentioned in his correspondence that his client's funding has finally come through. So we checked on where this project is. The site plan has been approved. The building permits have all been issued. The demolition permit has been issued. And the only thing that they were waiting for was the funding. So whatever the prerogative of the council is, I just wanted you to be up to speed as to where the project stands.
Mayor?
Yes.
Jim, could you or legal tell us if we could put this on the demo list or the public nuisance list, and if they did comply and this wasn't another stall tactic that we could drop it?
I spoke to legal, and if we see some action in the immediate future, we don't have to really proceed. We're not gonna proceed on it, so,
So we could put it on.
yeah, you could.
So there was a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Turk,
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin,
Aye, with the stipulation of some movement.
Councilman Hug,
Aye.
Councilman Lande,
Aye.
Councilman Morris,
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin,
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman.
Well, I did get emails on this, not to approve this. People are sick of this place. It keeps getting postponed, so I will vote aye in the public nuisance, but I don't want to hold it up. I don't want to wait 30 or 60 days, whatever our normal time is to tear a home down or a place of business. I will go along with that.
Councilwoman Reardon.
Aye.
Motion carried.
So just to be clear, it is on the, will be on the list, right?
Yes, it will.
Thank you.
Next is Council Memo 9-21, an ordinance approving the tax increment financing district eligibility study and the redevelopment plan and project for the Rock Run Crossings redevelopment project area. It's recommended said ordinance be adopted.
So moved.
Second?
Mayor?
Yes.
Last night, Councilman Hug asked the question, what percentage of this project is industrial? Of the-
Jim, I got that answer
Yes.
too, 17%, right?
Yeah, 17%. The transitional property that we're looking to promote as additional residential, but could be industrial, is another 11%.
But in the current form.
That's
unless
right.
the future council wants to change it, we're only gonna have 17%.
That's true.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilwoman Gavin,
Aye.
Councilman Hug,
Aye.
Councilman Lande, Councilman Morris,
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin,
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman,
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon,
Aye.
Councilman Turk.
Aye.
Motion carried. Next is Council Memo 10-21, an ordinance designating the Rock Run Crossings redevelopment project area. It's recommended said ordinance be adopted.
So moved.
Second?
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Hug,
Aye.
Councilman Lande,
Aye.
Councilman Morris,
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin,
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman,
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon,
Aye.
Councilman Turk,
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin.
Aye.
Motion carried. Next is Council Memo 11-21, an ordinance adopting tax increment financing for the Rock Run Crossings redevelopment project area. It's recommended said ordinance be adopted.
So moved.
Second?
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Lande,
Aye.
Councilman Morris,
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin,
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman,
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon,
Aye.
Councilman Turk,
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin,
Aye.
Councilman Hug.
Aye.
Motion carried. Council Memo 12-21, ordinances and resolution associated with the Rock Run Crossing subdivision. This includes a resolution approving the development agreement for Rock Run Crossing subdivision, an ordinance approving the preliminary plat of re-subdivision of Rock Run Crossing subdivision, and an ordinance approving the reclassification of 58.619 acres located at the northeast corner of I-55 and I-80 from B2 Central Business to I-1 Light Industrial Zoning. It's recommended said resolution and ordinances be adopted.
So moved.
Second?
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Morris,
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin,
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman,
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon,
Aye.
Councilman Turk,
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin,
Aye.
Councilman Hug,
Aye.
Councilman Lande.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Krista, if I could say, first of all, thank you to staff for working on this. This has been a huge project, but ongoing. And I do want to thank the people at Councilman and Diane Oberwhelman for their commitment and their investment here in Joliet. And then I'll just point out again, it's another example of the city council and the city not stopping operations during COVID, but continuing to move forward and move the city forward. So thank you to everybody involved. This is the next big step in this project.
Under resolutions, Council Memo 14-21, a supplemental resolution appropriating funds for the 2020 pavement marking program in the amount of $11,234.10. It's recommended said resolution be adopted.
So
Move to
moved.
approve. Second.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Mudrin,
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman,
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon,
Aye.
Councilman Turk,
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin,
Aye.
Councilman Hock,
Aye.
Councilman Lande, Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Motion carried. Council Memo 15-21, a resolution approving an intergovernmental agreement for the Illinois Route 53 at Emerald Drive project between the Illinois Department of Transportation and the City of Joliet. It's recommended said resolution be adopted.
Move to approve.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilwoman Quillman,
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon,
Aye.
Councilman Turk,
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin,
Aye.
Councilman Hock,
Aye.
Councilman Lande, Councilman Morris,
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin.
Aye.
Motion carried. Council Memo 16-21, a resolution approving a development agreement for the Illinois Route 53 at Emerald Drive project between Speedway LLC and the City of Joliet. It's recommended said resolution be adopted.
So moved.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilwoman Reardon,
Aye.
Councilman Turk,
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin,
Aye.
Councilman Hug.
I just wanted to point out, Mayor, if you don't mind, this is another example of how committed Joliet is to bringing development to the city, but at the same time mitigating traffic, both truck and automobile traffic. And this is a deal that we struck. The state is paying for the preponderance of this, I think 80%. The rest is being paid by the developers, not a penny from the city. And we're making sure, we're doing this for one reason, to mitigate truck and car traffic, just like we will be doing in other projects. Aye.
Councilman Lande,
Aye.
Councilman Morris,
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin,
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman.
Aye.
Motion carried. Council Memo 17-21, it's a resolution committing to water conservation through the reduction of non-revenue water to comply with applicable state law. It's recommended said resolution be approved.
So moved.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Turk,
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin,
Aye.
Councilman Hug,
Aye.
Councilman Lande,
Aye.
Councilman Morris,
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin,
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman,
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon.
Aye.
Motion carried. Next is Council Memo 18-21, a resolution authorizing execution of an agreement regarding 24639 Caton Farm Road. It's recommended said resolution be adopted.
So moved.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilwoman Gavin,
Aye.
Councilman Hug,
Aye.
Councilman Lande,
Aye.
Councilman Morris, Councilman Mudrin,
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman,
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon,
Aye.
Councilman Turk.
Aye.
Motion carried. Under bids and contracts, award of contracts, Council Memo 20-21, professional services agreement for hiring entry-level police officers. Council Memo 21-21, professional services agreement for the 2022 through 2030 water main replacement planning project to Baxter and Woodman in the amount of $44,300. Council Memo 22-21, award of contract for the 2021 sanitary sewer rehabilitation project to Performance Pipelining in the amount of $6,987,185.78. Council Memo 23-21, award of contract for the Essington and Jefferson Interceptor Sewer to Len Cox and Sons Excavating in the amount of $1,956,666. Council Memo 24-20, award of contract for Mimecast email and web security to CDWG. Council Memo 65-21, award of contract for the Florence Park Phase 1A Water Main Improvements Project to Austin Tyler Construction in the amount of $886,540.02. Council Memo 26-21, award of contract for the Florence Park Phase 1B Water Main Improvements Project to Brandt Excavating in the amount of $837,294.73. Council Memo 27-21, award of contract for the Reedwood Phase 1A Water Main Improvements Project to Brandt Excavating in the amount of $1,130,100.04. Council Memo 28-21, award of contract for the Reedwood Phase 1B Water Main Improvement Project to Brandt Excavating in the amount of $1,157,040.89. Council Memo 29-21, award of contract for the Garnsey Park Phase 2 Water Main Improvements Project to Austin Tyler Construction in the amount of $1,603,603.70. And Council Memo 30-21, award of contract for the Forest Park Phase 2 Water Main Improvement Project to Austin Tyler Construction in the amount of $1,464,833.50. It's recommended Council Memos 20-21 through 30-21 be approved.
So moved.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Hugg.
Aye.
Councilman Lande. Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin.
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman.
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon.
Aye.
Councilman Turk.
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin.
Aye.
Motion carried. Next is Council Memo 31-21, purchase a vehicle for the cultural car raffle. It's recommended Council Memo 31-21 be approved.
So moved.
Second.
Jim?
Mayor, just a quick comment. The question was raised, is there the ability to sell 5,500 tickets? What this expenditure really represents is trying to get the Rialto and the museum to be much more self-sufficient, look towards other means of funding instead of leaning on the city all the time. So when it comes to paying for the fireworks, only 800 tickets need to be sold. And everything over and above that is going to be extra that would be split between the Rialto and the museum. So just as a point of information.
It was motioned and seconded to approve Council Memo 31-21. Councilman Lande.
Aye.
Councilman Morris.
Jim, Mr. Mayor, I have a very quick question. So Jim, I have confidence that the 5,500 tickets could be sold. I mean, all three, organizations, wonderful organizations, good following. So if there are more tickets sold, or they just gonna sell 5,500 and stop?
They're gonna stop at 5,500.
And why is that?
Well, because when you buy a lottery ticket for $350 million, you know that 20 million people are buying tickets. If there's only 5,500 chances, you're saying, hey, wait a minute, that's not bad odds. If you have it unlimited, then it may not be as appealing to ticket purchasers.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I thought about that too, but I was just kind of, curious. I mean, as you mentioned the lottery, I mean, they don't stop at a certain amount of tickets. They, people keep buying.
Right.
And they, so
But that prize continues to grow too, monetarily. Here's the prize. It's a truck or a car,
yeah.
or an SUV, your choice.
Yeah. And my other question is that Darcy is going to buy the truck, and then also 15,000.
No, the 15,000
Is for the
is,
taxes.
yeah. That's part of the winning. You win the truck and 15,000, which will pay the taxes on the value of the truck.
Right. That's not
so
included.
that a
in-
person can afford to keep the truck that they win.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
I'll vote aye.
Aye. Councilman Mudrin,
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman,
I think it's a good idea, but at this time, I feel like I have to abstain because I think it's a conflict of interest for me because I am the museum liaison, but they have made me a voting board member. So I would have to abstain from this vote.
Councilwoman Reardon,
Well, I've been involved in different things such as this before. As I said before, it's extremely difficult. I haven't heard that we've formed any committees to try to organize this, and please don't make me the head of that one because I know how difficult it is. I wish them the best. We can try it and see what happens. I don't want to be a naysayer, I really don't, and I hope it is successful. I hope that what you were saying, Mr. Hock, with the, addition of the unions getting involved in trying to sell these tickets, I hope it's a success because I want to see the monies come to the various organizations, so I'll vote aye.
Councilman Turk,
I have some reservations too. I'd be shocked if we could sell 5,500. That's just my opinion. Jim, if say we sold a couple thousand tickets and raised $110,000, and so the price of the car that would pay for the price of the car, okay? But that wouldn't come back to us, correct?
No. In essence, this is, the way I presented it to you during the budget hearings really was that this is a contribution to the Rialto and to the museum.
Okay.
Instead of giving the Rialto $100,000, we're giving them $25,000 worth of a car, in essence. And the museum, the other $25,000.
Okay.
Again, what I've heard during my time in Joliet and previously was whenever we got to the budget, that the concern that what is the Rialto doing and what is the museum doing to become more self-sufficient. So this is a jump start to try and get them to become much more self-sufficient. My hope is it's hugely successful and the city doesn't pay for the vehicle next year. They decide they can afford to do it on their own.
Mm-hmm. Aye. How about aye?
Councilwoman Gavin,
I really applaud them for this idea in this fundraiser, and the organizations are certainly worthy of the funding. This is the first time I've seen tickets this low at $50 a ticket. The ones that I have seen, the tickets have not been under $100. And I hope I get the winning ticket because I'm certainly going to buy one. But I vote aye.
Councilman Hug.
That brings up a question. I'm curious, and I think there might be other people watching would be curious. Wouldn't all employees of the city be excluded from participating in this? Since it would appear we're spending 55. I just want to be clear. I think you want to know the answer too, right, Bettye?
Right.
My
husband needs a truck.
Usually, when you have sweepstakes and things of that nature in Nabisco, all employees or the subsidiaries are precluded from winning.
Well, the Parks District Foundation is the main charitable organization, the 501c3, that is holding this raffle. They will have to get a permit from the state lottery commission to hold this raffle. And the better question is, can Parks District employees purchase tickets, not city employees? You just don't want Councilwoman Gavin buying a ticket?
Right, I want at least 5.
All right, with that said, there's just something I wanted to raise. You know, I wish everybody involved and those that want to support it the best. I hope it can be a positive for both the museum and the Rialto. The word self-sufficiency has been tossed about. There's no self-sufficiency in us spending $55,000 for them to make raffle money. I really, even if you sell your 55,000 tickets, it leaves about 100,000 per, you know, for each of them at best. You're not going to see the ask. Whether or not this council continues to give 450 to 500,000 to the Rialto and 300,000 to the museum, that's something to be decided in future votes. I do not believe for a second that there'll be a lowering of that. We're simply going to be adding 55,000 to what we already supplement them. It's no secret where I stand on this supplement, the gifting of this nature, and I don't think it's fiscally responsible for us to spend $55,000 to let a couple of other entities take a whack at making a few, 100,000. It just doesn't add up business sense-wise, so I would vote no.
Motion carried 6-1 with 1 abstention. Moving on, under amendments, change orders and payments, Council Memo 33-21, change order number 1, in the amount of $11,234.10, and payment request number 3 and final in the amount of $38,398.08 for the 2020 pavement marking program to Precision Pavement Markings. Council Memo 34-21, amendment number 1 for the professional services agreement for the East Side Wastewater Treatment Plant phosphorus removal project to Living Habitats in the amount of $11,220. Council Memo 35-20, change order number 3 for the bulk water dispensing station project to Lindblad Construction. Council Memo 36-21, amendment number 1 to the professional services agreement for the 2021 water system rehabilitation program to Baxter and Woodman in the amount of $371,500. Council Memo 37-21, change order number 1 for the lift station generator replacement to Elliott Electric in the amount of $14,860. And Council Memo 38-21, change order number 2 for the 2020 aluminum sulfate solution purchase to Usalco LLC in the amount of $45,587.24. It's recommended Council Memos 33-21 through 38-21 be approved.
So moved.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin.
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman.
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon.
Aye.
Councilman Turk.
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin.
Aye.
Councilman Hock.
Aye.
Councilman Lande.
Aye.
Motion carried. Next is the city manager's report.
Mayor, City Council, this is my second last City Council meeting. And people don't realize how long it takes to see projects come to fruition. I came back for the opening of the Gateway Center after my retirement. And so it was nice to see that the PACE bus bid went out, and that's going to complete that project. Of course, I-55 intersection and I-80 over Hobart, accommodating the bridge to be built into Center Point. You've got the continued expansion of the intermodal development. Here for the opening of the courthouse and reopening of Chicago Street. And people don't realize that those thoughts and concerns happened 5, 6, 7 years ago, and it takes a long time for them to come to fruition. And of course, tonight was the Rock Run development approval, which will continue. So I want to applaud council. I know there's been some internal political issues amongst each other, but you've risen above it and put the best interests of the city in the forefront and made sure that the business of the city gets accomplished. So I also want to thank staff. They're the rock in this city, providing the day-to-day services that everybody takes for granted. and thank them for their assistance to me, making my job easier. And I hope that, and wish you all continued success. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next is new business not for final action or recommendation.
Sherri?
Yeah, I just want to make a comment. Actually, I had an interesting conversation with a member of our media, local media. And during the course of the conversation, the individual said, I just hope that the council can get along better so that the city can thrive. And I said, I certainly hope the council can rise above the controversy and the split that has been apparent for 18 months. I said, but our thriving isn't dependent on that. It would be nice and it would help. And what I mean by that is, we're breaking ground this spring on $2.3 billion worth of new development. You've got Cullinan, which we just approved some of the preliminary stuff for it. That's, I believe, a $900 million estimate total build out. And you've got a 1.3 or 1.4 billion for North Point, and that, investment in the city. Then we've got some smaller, it's not all home runs, it's some small ball too. Can't give details, I'm sure several up here know. There's some exciting news coming on the I-55 Route 30 corridor on some smaller ball. Also just read an article recently, which we cannot take credit for, nor should we attempt to. Louis Joliet Mall, as all malls struggle, but they're still, their vacancy rate, when you take away the anchors, which own their own buildings and have gone out. JCPenney just announced today they're closing all the remaining stores that they have. They're going online only. They have some of the higher, not as high as it used to be, but in the industry, some of the higher occupancy rates. And I'm just naming a few things. I mean, what I just listed probably for development, like I said, that's more than the $1.5 billion that we as a council brought in from 2015 and 2019 in 1 year. So we are thriving. We have a healthy reserve that we've been able to maintain through smart spending. So yes, the controversy and the infighting as it's described by citizens when they discuss it is something we need to move beyond. But rest assured, I want my fellow citizens, fellow residents to know we are thriving, even during the COVID-19.
Jim? Mike?
No, I would just like to say the short time that I got to work with Mr. Hock has been just a wonderful experience. I wish we had longer together, and I wish you continued success and good health and prosperity. Enjoy your retirement, and we'll see you back here 4 more years from now. No, maybe not. I'm just kidding. But again, it's been a delight to work with you. I wish it was longer, but I know you got to go. So
thank you.
God bless you and your family, my friend. Okay, all right. So.
Sherri?
No.
Bettye? Nothing.
Next is public comments. We have one person, Stringer Harris.
Happy holidays, I guess. Happy New Year to everyone. We're going into a new year with some of the same old results. Families are not getting due to the lack of, I guess, people not caring or people not showing up doing what they need to do to hold people accountable. I do want to address body cameras real quick. I know we had you guys had a shooting. One of the officers shot and killed a gentleman by the name of Joseph Gaston. And I came out here and I did a press conference for that because I think the police handled that very well. There was a lot of stories going around about, what exactly happened. The young man didn't have a gun. The police handled that very, very well. And I came out here to show my support for that police officer and all the police that was involved with this particular situation. But it goes back to, once again, of why body cameras are just important as this museum, just important as this car. Like if you're spending this much money on a car and some raffle tickets to save some that don't nobody give two about, right? Nobody cares. Like seriously, you might have like a couple of people that care about seriously. But Given how essential body cameras are to telling police officers sides of the story in court, it's important to ensure that they're working properly and that the officers are properly trained on how often to use them. On the shooting of a couple of weeks ago, because people were so lost, and I mean, I got phone calls that said the boy was black, come out here, and I said, wait a minute, how do you know? And then I got another story that was different, but you know, having body cameras, it tells the truth. People don't get to make up their own narrative about the story. And that's what I hope that we can come to this year. We're getting the truth out because it's a lot of, we have to address the elephant in the room. And it's a lot of people. I like Councilman what he said earlier about just taking the cover off and saying, hey, let's share these emails. Let's expose the person who didn't want to do that vote. Like, don't come out here and act like you for the people and get in a room and act another way. Like, that's horrible. It does a bad justice for the community, and it does a bad justice for the people that you're sitting up here with. All right? Justice for Eric Lurie. Thank you.
Is there anyone else that would like to speak under public comments? Seeing none, next is mayor and council comments.
Excuse me. No, I just like to say, Jim, again, good working with you again. Thanks for coming back and pulling us through a few months that you were here. Wish you could stay longer. But again, thanks again, Jim, and you know, best wishes to you and your family.
Jim, I really wanted to have Carol Burnett come here and sing, I'm so glad we had this time together, but that didn't work out so well. But I am truly glad we had this time together. Thank you for coming back into the belly of the beast, the fire that was happening at the time. We couldn't get legitimate, full, permanent candidates to step up at the time, and you stepped back into the ring, and you really did a yeoman's job. And my wife, I always liked that guy. He's so even keel. My wife thinks highly of you. Other than that, it is a Happy New Year. Before I wish everybody in Joliet a Happy New Year, I just want a couple of little factoids. Mad Max was set in 2021, and Soylent Green was set in 2022. Happy New Year.
Well, Jim, you know how I feel. I'm so glad that you, like Larry said, did come back and help us right this ship because I knew you'd be the one to do it because you are even keel. A big thank you to your wife, Julie. I know this was hard on her and hard on you as well, being away from your family for so long. But City of Joliet owes you a great debt of gratitude. And again, love working with you as always. And good luck to you. Be well and stay safe.
Best wishes, Jim.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, I agree, 100%.
Jim, staff, council, citizens of Joliet, thank you that 220 is behind us, and Happy New Year. Hope 2021 is much better.
Sherri?
Again, good luck to you, Jim. I would like to read an email that I received. It's entitled Much Appreciation. It's from our executive director from the Will County Habitat for Humanity. Sherri, below is a message that I'd like to be shared with the mayor and the city council. Will County Habitat for Humanity would like to send our sincere appreciation for their donation of the home at 15 Cesar in Joliet. We are most excited about homes that we were able to rehab and help to beautify the neighborhood. The city's donation and funding to support the rehab is a gift to our Habitat organization and deserving family. We have a father and his son that are awaiting the opportunity for the dream of home ownership for this home. Thank you for your continued support of the Will County Habitat for Humanity. Nicole Murray, Executive Director. And that's all I have.
Jim, I just want to say thank you for your help and for coming back. I know it was, we tried to pull the trigger twice to get you back, but second time it worked out. Best wishes to you, your family. We'll certainly keep things up in prayer for you. And to all of the residents of the city of Joliet, we made it. we made it. 2020 is gone. And now we're looking forward to 2021. And I am excited about the things that God's going to do in 2021. So let's get excited. Let's keep working. And Happy New Year.
Thank you. Jim, I'll echo the sentiments of everyone else. Thank you for coming back. I've worked with you twice now, 2 different stints. One is a brand-new mayor and now a little bit of time under my belt. But you are the consummate professional. I appreciate your approach and what you've done for our city, so thank you. I do want to thank everyone involved in the send-off Santa parade. A number of people on the council were there, participated. The police and fire departments, and Katie Smith in your office, Jim, who helped put this together. It seemed like it was a really good success. Probably could iron a few things out, do it better next year. Hopefully, we won't be in a position where this is the only holiday event we can do in Joliet. Hopefully, things will be back to normal by next Thanksgiving, if not sooner. But thanks to everyone involved, and that was a lot of fun. And then finally, I'll just echo the sentiments of Councilman Hock, Councilman Morris, and Councilwoman Gavin about the positive vibes for 2021. For some reason, and maybe we are responsible as a group for bringing negativity on ourselves, but there's a lot of negativity in the local media about everything that city government does, and it's not an accurate picture. We point out time and time again about the good things that are happening in Joliet, the investment, the private dollars that are coming to our community, the unprecedented amount of private investment in Joliet. And I also am excited about what's going to come in the new year. I will say, Jim, obviously with your leaving, it leaves a void, but my intention, and I think this council's intention, is to have your spot filled by the end of the week. And we are going to finally close this chapter and turn the page and put this behind us. So, again, I thank my peers and staff, and of course, you, Jim, for the hard work. And I wish everyone a Happy New Year.
Is there a motion to go into closed session to discuss personnel, after which the meeting will be adjourned?
Second.
Been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Mudrin.
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman.
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon.
Aye.
Councilman Turk.
Aye.
Councilwoman Gavin.
Aye.
Councilman Hock.
Aye.
Councilman Lande.
Aye.
Councilman Morris.
Aye.
Motion carried.